What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you know, I'm fielding Shredder.
Oh my God!
Today, we're learning more about Kenda tires. So what is in front of me here? I've got every size between 235 and 285 in front of me. This is kind of a rare opportunity. I don't actually run all of these sizes, so I thought it'd be cool to do a little science here. Check them all out, look at the differences, weigh them and measure them, and just so you can be educated at home and you can make an informed decision on what you want to put on your car. All right, let's start with this first one over here to my right. This is a 235/40/18. So this is going to be what I run up front on my setup. And let's go ahead and get the weight of it. So I'm going to put it on my scale here. The scale is zeroed out. What do we see here? 25 pounds and roughly 4 ounces. It's kind of dancing around between 3 and 4. So 25 pounds, 4 ounces we'll call it. Now let's get the overall height. So what I'm going to do here, really simple, just get a flat surface, straight edge, make sure that the straight edge is level. Okay. I'll mark it. And then I'm going to write 235 right there. So it doesn't actually matter to me the overall height, it just matters the difference between them, okay? So you can make a educated decision. Okay, next we've got the 245/40 here. It doesn't have the sticker on it, but it's a 245/40 you can see on the sidewall. Let's go ahead and get the weight of this bad boy. 26 pounds, 7 ounces. Okay, so it's a little bit heavier, right? And what we're finding is that the profile is a actual ratio of the width. So this height right here is not identical to this. It's actually a ratio of the 245. Let's check out the overall height now. So these would be ideal for a front on a little bit heavier car, or if you want a little bit more front grip, that slightly taller sidewall might help you out there. It also comes down to car setup, of course. All right there. Okay, that's our 245. So we can see it's roughly about a centimeter taller. I can actually measure that so we can get an exact number. Yeah, right at a centimeter, exactly. So if you're running 235s up front and you're already having clearance issues, it might not be smart to step up to a 245. But if you have plenty of room and you want a little more grip, a 245 might be a good option for you. All right, now we've got the 255/35. So even wider, but a slightly narrower or shorter overall height. And that's coming from this 35 series sidewall right here. This is going to be what all of the Pro 2 guys run. And so if you guys are competing in a feeder series and you're wanting to run a Kenda, this could be a good option for you. Looking right here at 27 pounds and 5 ounces. All right, let's check the overall height. So here's where we're going to start to see some interesting differences. Despite this being a quite a bit larger tire, look how much shorter, whoa, hello. Look how much shorter it is than even the 235. So this is the 255. So if we pull out the measurement here, you're talking almost another centimeter, look like 9 millimeters smaller or shorter than the 235. So you could run this up front if you don't have any problems with the width clearance, but you do have problems with height, then this would actually be a shorter tire than even a 235. All right, now let's go to the 265. This is what most of us have run in the rear in Lone Star Drift and many of the Pro-Am series across the country for a lot of our cars, and this is pretty much the golden child, the go-to tire for everything. It lasts the longest, it fits on most everything, It doesn't have so much grip that it overpowers or breaks axles. However, it's got plenty of grip for having a good time and jamming with your buddies without having to worry about buying really expensive tires that only last 2 laps. Okay, let's see what kind of weight we've got here. So this one comes in at 28 pounds, 5.5 ounces. All right, let's check the overall height now. Okay, so this one, and I already kind of knew this because this is what I always run, is basically identical height overall for the 235/40. So in my personal setup, I like a nice square setup. I actually run the 180 treadwear 235s up front and the 300 treadwear 265s in the back. And the reason I did that is because I feel like, you know, it's a square overall height and it's a nearly square grip level. You know, a 235 with a 180 tread is about the same grip as a 265 with a 300 tread. So the car is very balanced. And when it's balanced, it's much easier to drive and it's much easier to tune a little bit of oversteer, a little bit of understeer, and so forth, and make the car feel exactly how you want it to without having to do drastic changes with tire pressures or shocks or spring rates and stuff like that. So this is the golden child. Now, they've come out with a 275 and a 285. So these are new for 2020. Really excited to get a little bit bigger sizes. And in fact, I'm now stepping up on my Pro-Am car, my S14, to the 285. So that's really exciting. Go ahead and measure the 275. This is a 275/35. Everything else you can see will be compared. All right, so pretty close to that 265. Let's see the overall height here. Okay, so now we're starting to see smaller differences when they all have the same profile. So this 275 falls right in between the overall height of the 265 and the 245. So it is slightly taller than the 265, slightly taller than the 235, not quite as tall as the 245. But the reason why we're measuring height, in case you're wondering, man, it's hot, sorry. So the reason why we're measuring the height, you may be curious about that. Why does it matter a few millimeters or whatever? Well, the overall height probably doesn't matter all that much, but what happens is the taller the tire, the larger the section width grows this way. So not only are we going wider, but the taller it is, the more it grows this way, which gives you significantly more adhesion properties or rubber on the ground. So more grip, that translates to more grip. So the bigger the tire, the taller the tire, the more surface area you get this way, the wider obviously this way, and overall that's going to give you a bigger contact patch, which is exactly what you want when you're looking for grip. So you'll see a lot of the pros now have gone to a 40 series, even some of them a 45 series profile. That's going to really increase that overall contact patch on the ground, giving them quite a bit more grip. All right. And finally, the last one here, this is the 285. As I mentioned, I've stepped up to this one for the rear of my Pro-Am car. So let's check this out. Overall weight, let me zero down. Look at that. So this is where we see quite a big jump in weight. 31 pounds, 4 ounces. Okay, this is significantly bigger tire than the 265. So it does give me not only about 20 mil or so more section width, but also a pretty significant difference in the overall contact patch as well. And again, because this is a 35 series, but it's a ratio of the 285, it's still a taller sidewall than the 265. And we're going to find that out right now. So look at that, it falls right exactly the same height as the 245/40. I don't even have to mark it. So exact same overall height as a 245/40. In fact, now that I've seen this, I might step up my front size to a 245/40 to kind of maintain that idea of a square grip profile. I'm not sure if the 245/40 comes in a 180 tread wear, I'll have to look. But either way, you know, a little bit bigger tire up front is not gonna hurt anything. And this big tire out back has certainly increased the grip and the performance of my car tremendously. I really am excited about these new ones. The 285s now I've got to try on the car for 3 events. They're fantastic. I definitely feel the increase in grip. They also have an added benefit of lasting longer. The reason why you may have remembered from one of my previous videos, the more surface area that heat has to dissipate, the longer these tires will last. And that's why you may have heard me recommend online, and a lot of the Lone Star drivers will tell you that you got to go with a 265. I don't care how much power you have. I don't care if you're running a stock SR with 280 horsepower. You should still run a 265 and just spike the tire pressure until you're, you know, feeling like it will handle it. Even 80 to 100 psi is okay if you're running brand new tires with good wheels. And remember, it's on track. I wouldn't do that on the highway, but it's totally okay to do that if you need that to take away some grip, because the tire is going to last so much longer than if you were to put like a 235 out back. It's not going to last nearly as long, and the reason why, again, is because of that ability for that to dissipate the heat and allow it to kind of bleed that off and cool it down. Now, heat is the enemy. Heat is what kills tires. I've said that a million times. So the easier you can, you know, give their job of not overheating, the longer they're going to last for you. All right, so that's pretty cool. We found out all the different weights, all the different overall heights. Again, I didn't measure the section width on all of them because that's measured for you, and it may, you know, vary from brand to brand, but in the Kenda lineup we can see that it's very apparent that it's a consistent difference between the two, or between them all. So that's it, really simple as it can be. You know, if you guys have any questions, post them up for me. I'll answer them down in the comments below. If you have anything to add to this or any of your, you know, experience at home, please let me know. And other than that, you guys do the old like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff, and I'll appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one.